Hello and welcome to week 6 of building UMBARA in LEGO. So we're now back to the normal weekly schedule. And actually I finished my last exam this week, meaning that I'm gonna have a lot more time to work on this build. The plan for this update is just to keep working on the panels. I got a bricklink order in, so let me show you what arrived. So first off, I did get these cabinet doors in light gray, which I've been meaning to get for a while. I also purchased more of these 2x2 modified plates with the studs on the side in light gray. I also purchased some of these 1x1 brackets that I do not have in light gray. I also purchased more of these 1x4 Technic bricks just because I was running a little bit low on them. I've been using these as the connector for the panels. I have some of these 2x2 plates in dark blue. I also finally got these slopes in dark blue. And finally, I got some of these Technic pins with the 2 long axles on the other end. I don't have any of these. These are a fairly newer piece, but I am planning to use these as the connector for the base plates because previously I just used regular Technic pins, but they tended to be a little bit more difficult to put together and take apart. But I am thinking that these are going to be better. I also made a purchase on Whatnot where I got one of these older 2/12 clones. I don't have any of these. Basically what I was thinking is I could use this Clone Army Customs Boyle helmet and put it on this clone trooper just to differentiate that he's different than the other 2/12 clones. And while we don't see Boyle in this episode, we do see him in the next episode. So we don't know if he served in the Battle of UMBARA, but I thought it could be a cool little Easter egg. All right, so the first thing I want to do for this week is that I do just kind of want to clean up the build area and the actual build itself. So I do want to just kind of clean it up because this is a bit of a mess. I already cleaned up a little bit over there because we had to install that AC unit, but I need to clean it up. I need to kind of finish off the entryway right here. This kind of area is still a bit of a mess. I need to kind of finish up, towel it off. And then I need to fix that gap and also replace some of the parts that I just got in my bricklink order. So I'm going to get started on that. All right, like I said, I cleaned up the build a little bit. So I was able to figure out how to fill this gap. I just kind of messed with it a little bit more. I made this top area longer and it just kind of fixed itself. So hopefully that will stay like that. I also replaced some of the parts I got in the order. So I replaced this slopes right here and the cabinet door right there. So yeah, definitely looking a lot better. I also added some more detail to this panel. I added this kind of dark gray chunk right here. I think that's definitely looking much better, more complete. I also added more detail to the entryway panel, but I'm not exactly 100% happy with it. I made use of these modified bricks to kind of give some vertical line detail, but I'm not exactly happy with how it turns out. So I'm probably going to mess with that a little bit more in the future. But next, I did want to just run a time lapse. I just want to keep building up more panels. I think I'm at a point where nothing's really stopping me anymore. I can just keep building more panels until this entire dome is finished. I am so happy with how this is turning out so far. So in this time lapse, I worked on these 3 panels over here. I did a little bit of building off camera, but you saw the gist of what I was working on. You might have seen that I was having a little struggle with this panel specifically. That's because originally I was going to have this dark blue stripe kind of go around up into here, so it was going to be more of a vertical, but it didn't really work out how I wanted to do it, so I just did the exact same thing I did over here, just one up higher. So this is going to probably go around to about here. It's not going to be on these panels, which is what I originally was hoping for, but that's fine. So with this panel, I did some interesting details. There is these kind of green circles. There's like 3 on this side and 3 on this side that I want to capture. I just used this dish piece in this trans neon green color. I think it turns out pretty well. It'll look better once I have all 3 of them. Right now it kind of looks a little out of place, but hopefully that'll look better when I get more on there. I'll probably go around in this area over here. But I also made use of these clip pieces to add a little bit of detail. And on this one, I had this interesting detail. So basically it's just this piece and then this stud with the hole in it attached together to get that kind of weird greeble detail. So basically the current plan is to have this dark gray line continue across over here, because there is kind of a weird dark gray line over there. So that's kind of what I was trying to capture. You might have remembered last week I was having some issues with these panels over here because there's an odd number of panels. But what I didn't know is that this panel piece exists in a 1x3 variant. So I ordered some of those and I got those in right now. I got some other parts in that order, so let me show you what arrived. All right, so first off, I did get these panels, like I said, the 1x3 panels in light gray, but I also got the 1x4 panels in dark gray for the floor. I also got some of these 1x2 clips in light gray, which are for the entranceway. In this bag, I have some of these wedge plates in light gray, and then some of these slopes in light gray, but also these 1x2 tiles in dark blue. Additionally, I got these wedges in dark blue for the blue line that's going to go across the rim of the overhangs on the entryways. I got more of these dark blue slopes. Here are some more clips and wedges. And finally, I picked up this dark orange battle droid. I've been slowly building up my dark orange battle droid army. This one was about $7, which is a pretty good price. So I just thought I would pick it up since I was already buying other stuff from them. So I ended up making use of some of the new parts that I got. I was able to complete this dark blue line that kind of runs across this rim. I think it's looking so much better now. It's really all coming together and really looking to complete. I was also able to finish off that entryway right there. And all the clip pieces finally go all the way to the back. Also, you can see that I changed up the details that I have over here. I made use of these 1x3 arch pieces to add the circular kind of pattern over here. And I think it looks really good, much better than the modified bricks I had before. I also added these clip pieces just like I have over here. So one last thing I did mess with is that I started working on the panel that's going to go about right here in between the 2 entryways. And I did run out of these 1x4 panel pieces in light gray, so I'm going to order more of those. So that's gonna be it for this week of building UMBARA. So next week I am planning on completely finishing that left side of the half dome and hopefully maybe making a bit of progress on the right side as well. Like I said, I'm planning on making a lot more progress in the upcoming weeks and really making a lot more progress on this build for Brick Fair, Virginia. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Goodbye.